My wife and my kid were counting on me to make a good response video, and I failed. I didn't make a good video.
So that's Billy Carson, who recently had a career-ending debate with Wes Huff. Billy Carson is claimed to be an expert in all sorts of matters, including ancient papyri and biblical manuscripts. But before we dive in, my name is Michael Lofton. I'm a theologian and a professor, and this channel strives to offer a reasonable commentary on a wide range of topics. So whether you're new here or you've been around for a while, hit the subscribe button, because a lot of people, unfortunately, who watch this channel are not yet subscribed. All right, let's get back to it.
I read over 1,000 scriptures, cylinders. I have 1,500 books in my house that I've read. That's one, but I've read over 1,000 scriptures, cylinder scrolls, papyruses, ancient text tablets, you name it, from all around the world. One of the world's foremost experts on biblical texts, the Torah, the ancient tablets in the world. That's who you're talking to right now. I've been in debates before, real debates. Okay, like from school, the debate club. I understand what a real debate actually is because I've actually been in actual real debates.
So similar to Terrence Howard, Billy prides himself on being an exceptional source of information.
Guess what, guys? I'm one of the foremost world leader in the knowledge on ancient texts and tablets, scriptures, papyruses, and cylinders.
His so-called expertise was put into question when he had a debate with a scholar in training, Wes Huff. In this debate, Billy made claims that were incredibly easy to refute. And when they were, it exposed him as the fraud that all of us on this channel already knew he was.
Sure, and in my videos, and if you listen to the podcast, the statement is according to the Sinai Bible, okay? According to the Sinai Bible, Jesus wasn't crucified in that Bible. That Bible predates the King James Version of the Bible.
When you say the Sinai Bible, what are you referring to specifically?
It's the biblical text that was written. It made it into you can actually look it up on Amazon. It's a Bible I have a version at home. It's called the Sinai Bible, right, from Mount Sinai. I'm assuming that's the mountain that they're referencing there. But they put together their own version of the biblical text prior to the King James Version being put out.
When you refer to the Sinai Bible, would you be referring to Codex Sinaiticus, like the codex that comes? Okay, I have a facsimile. So I have a photocopy that was done by the British Library of Codex Sinaiticus. I mean, I can go on right now, Codex Sinaiticus, and I can look up the end of, say, Matthew 27, where it has Jesus being crucified. And that's in Codex Sinaiticus.
Where was that piece
I found
discovered?
the text where I was referencing, actually. I was misquoted. I misquoted there. It's the Gospel of Barnabas.
The Gospel of Barnabas is a really interesting document because it is a known forgery.
If you say it's a known forgery, yes, but I'm going to go with that.
Here, Billy really shows his ignorance. He calls the Sinaiticus text the Sinai Bible, which nobody ever calls it that. And he doesn't even know the story behind it. He says, I guess it's associated with Mount Sinai. And look, anybody who claims to be an expert in biblical manuscripts, which Billy does, knows about one of the most famous codices of all times, Codex Sinaiticus, and they know about the history behind it and how Tischendorf discovered it. And he makes the claim that the crucifixion narrative is not there. But of course, Wes rightly points out, yes it is. It's in all four of the Gospels that are in this text. Then Billy fumbles around on Google on his phone, and he finds out that actually he was referring to the Gospel of Barnabas, and so he corrects himself. But everyone knows that the Gospel of Barnabas is a forgery, and Wes rightly points this out. At that point, Billy, just now discovering that it's a forgery, has to concede that it's just that. And this is how the entire debate went. Billy made really stupid claims that are really easy to refute, and then Wes offers pushback, shows that he's a fraud, and Billy really had no response. Now, how did Billy initially react to this debate? So he goes to the house of his own friend who hosted this debate, and at 2:30 in the morning, he serves him legal papers telling him he has to take the video down.
You freaked out so much that you were knocking at my client's door at 2:30 a.m. in the morning.
Now I got to handle that situation.
With legal papers, acting like you have the power to enforce some type of "you got served."
He also sends legal notices to the guy who arranged the debate and to Wes Huff, threatening litigation.
Billy Carson is attempting to sue me.
The money that you thought you were making and the popularity you thought you were making is all going to be spent on attorney's fees. And I don't care if I win or lose. I just want you to spend money.
And when that didn't work, he then made a 3-hour response video claiming that he was set up, and this was really done to just make him look bad, and that he didn't have the opportunity to really respond to anything that Wes was saying.
Might have bumbled the Barnabas text for the Sinai text or whatever. It doesn't really matter. What matters is I never got a chance to answer any questions or get my voice heard.
Of course, none of this is true, and anybody who watched the debate, even for those of y'all who just saw that clip, knows that he had the opportunity to respond. It's just that he didn't have a response because he was making false claims. Now, his own audience saw through the lies, and they reacted so negatively that he had to take down his own reaction video. In an even more interesting turn of events, Billy Carson's wife came out with several videos claiming that Billy Carson was being bullied because of his bad performance.
I don't like when people bully anybody.
I'm a 12-year-old right now. You guys want to call yourselves people of God and you're attacking a 12-year-old? Who does that? Shame on you people. I got people threatening to come find us, to come to our house. Y'all want to call yourselves people of God? You people are mad because we want to tell people to elevate their consciousness and that we have the power to create our own reality? And people want to get mad at us for that? We never gonna stop waking people up. And that's the goal, and it ain't never gonna stop.
But Billy and his wife just couldn't take the L. The reason why is he has built an entire fan base on the false claims that he is an expert in a field he knows nothing about. He has exposed himself as a fraud, and he just can't admit to that. After all, if he did, his entire shtick would be over. So he continues with the excuses.
I felt ambushed. I wasn't given a full scope of what was going on. A person that was to be on that had been, I guess, watching a lot of my content over the years and made a lot of videos going against some of my personal spiritual beliefs, which is okay. It's fine. There's nothing against that. But the person that invited me over knew all about that. They knew that this person pretty much had it in for me.
So you went on a podcast where they had another guest that was going to grill you.
Yeah, going to grill me.
And you show up.
I showed up.
And
I tried to maintain calm and peace. I tried to be respectful. I didn't snap in this situation, to be honest with you. I kind of was a little bit in shock, and I was trying to get my word in. But the way it was being run, it wasn't a fair conversation. I felt like I was being overrun. I felt like my voice hadn't been heard. And then every time I did have something important to say, the person on the other end would have a technical difficulty. And after it happened like 5 times, I got really frustrated and I walked out of this situation. And then it made mainstream. It was like all viral. It was everywhere. And so then I got really upset and I made that video, and my whole team was counting on me to make a good response video. My wife and my kid were counting on me to make a good response video, and I failed. I didn't make a good video.
Did they see it before it went out?
It was live.
Oh.
It was live.
Effectively, this shows that Billy Carson is not only a fraud, but is a manipulative gaslighter. And actually, I think it's a good thing that he has been exposed this way, because it now shows people who don't know about these topics that this guy is a fraud and he is not a source of information that you want to consider credible. Now, as ridiculous as that may be, I also have to say Wes Huff is not entirely off the hook here. Wes Huff has bit off way more than he can chew. He has made a lot of ridiculously ignorant claims, especially about the Catholic Church. And so you'll want to check out the video where I respond and refute Wes Huff and many of his claims about Catholicism. In this video, a lot of people are claiming that I did to Wes Huff what Wes Huff did to Billy Carson. Check it out and let me know what you think about it. And while you're at it, smash that like button and the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. God bless. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and if you want to support the channel, visit patreon.com/Reason and Theology. Are you ready to deepen your faith and sharpen your understanding of theology? Welcome to the Center for Theological Research, your gateway to transformative learning. At CTR, you will find in-depth courses designed to equip you with the tools to grow in your understanding of the faith. Explore courses like the 7 Ecumenical Councils and uncover the foundational truths that shape Christianity. Master the ability to determine the level of a doctrine in the Theological Notes course. And in the Logical Fallacies and Apologetics course, you'll learn to spot the logical errors often encountered in non-Catholic apologetics content. Also, check out the ebooks that are available to you for free. Start your journey today. Visit ctresearch.org and take the next step in your faith formation. Are you seeking clarity in the midst of confusion about Eastern Orthodoxy and Catholicism? In my book, Answering Orthodoxy, I offer a biblical and historical response to the most common objections that Eastern Orthodox offer against the Catholic Church. This book is for anyone searching for the truth, whether you're Catholic, Orthodox, or simply trying to make sense of the differences between Catholics and Orthodox. Order your copy today and discover the rational, biblical, and historical basis for the Catholic Church. Visit Amazon to order your copy today.